This is a 2019 Mahindra Max 26 XLT. I've owned it for 7 years, 379 hours. I'm going to tell you why I bought it, what I traded for it, what I use it for, anything that's gone wrong with it. Do I still like it, and would I buy it again, or would I replace it with something else? So what I didn't want this to be was another, I bought this yesterday, I got a half an hour on it. I love it, it's a great tractor. I think you should buy one. It's not one of those reviews. This tractor, I bought it at a local dealership, and they've been in business for a really long time. In fact, my dad used to do business with them. They used to sell Rollins, and they still sell Cub Cadet, but they used to actually sell Cub Cadet utility tractors. So it's not like they just got into, utility tractors here last week, and they're not one of these here today, gone tomorrow deals. So one of the things I know people are usually pretty concerned about with, I don't want to say like third string tractors, but we're talking something besides Deere or New Holland or Kubota. And a lot of people love their Mahindras. A lot of people buy Mahindras for different reasons. I personally, my favorite tractor is the one that's paid for and doesn't give me trouble. And so far, this tractor right here has filled all of those blocks. I mean, I bought it in 2019. I had a Mahindra 2538, and I had so many problems with it. This video is not about the 2538. I hated that tractor. It was an absolute piece of junk. It was a lemon from the get-go, and I would recommend you never buy one of those. What it did happen though is, basically once you buy a certain brand of tractor, you tend to get a better deal with trade-ins with the same make than you would if you took that Mahindra to like a Kubota or a Deere dealership. And even though I seriously considered trading that 2538 for a Deere or a Kubota, I found out that the best deal I could get was with this one. And the reason I went with this one instead of like a bigger tractor was because one thing, I already had bigger tractors. I had recently moved the animals underneath the barn. It's a bank barn. It's built in 1938, so there's not a lot of clearance. And with the cows under there, low clearance, great tractor for going under the barn to clean them out. So primarily I bought this tractor with the thought in mind is this is going to be barn clean out tractor, maybe a little bit of lawn and garden maintenance, but primarily that's what I wanted it for. Now since I bought it, it's done everything, and in fact this is my go-to tractor. It's actually my favorite tractor, and I do have a John Deere. I've got another Mahindra, and we'll talk about those in a different video, but let's talk about what I love about this tractor. First of all, the size is perfect. It's 26 horsepower. It seems to be just the right horsepower for everything I use it for. I can run a 5-foot brush hog on it or a bush hog, depending on where you're from. Generally just run a 42-inch one that I've got for like trimming around a camp that I take care of. So what did I get with this tractor? I bought the tractor with a bucket, obviously. I bought industrial tires. Turf tires, they would have been okay for what I wanted it for too. I found that with the industrial tires, they're not aggressive on the lawn, but you could run them with no air in it and not even know, because the sidewalls are so rugged on them that unless you've had 1,000 pounds in the bucket, you wouldn't know by looking at it half the time. Turf tires, they probably would have been okay for what I use it for. They're a little softer. I do use this on the lawn quite a bit. What I've noticed with these industrial tires is that they tend to ball up in the mud and snow, and especially wet manure, they're useless. So I've got chains for the back, and with the chains on it, problem solved. So I think a lot of people like the industrial tires because they give you good traction. They're okay on the lawn. But the trade-off on the industrial tires is that they tend to ball up with mud and snow, and so chains are kind of a must-have. I don't put them on the front. I think chains on the front are too hard on the front end, so I don't do that. It's fine without it. Besides the loader with the tractor, I did get loaded tires. I thought that was really important. I got a 5-foot Sidetrack finish mower, a 4-foot Mahindra rototiller, and a 54-inch Snowco Blizzard rear mount 3-point hitch snowblower. I'll tell you what the prices were for all those things, and this was 2019 prices, so obviously it's gone up a lot since then. But the Max 26, when I talked to the dealership, I told him what I wanted, I told him what I needed it for, and he said, this tractor here is a mini tractor on steroids. He didn't lie to me. This thing has been rock solid, reliable, starts every time. I haven't had any issues with it. I've had exactly one issue with it that was my fault, and I've had a couple of like maintenance things that were kind of funky, but it's not a fault of the tractor per se. So this tractor's got manure on it. I use it for hauling manure, and this is the looks of it right now is what it looks like most of the year. I wash it probably 2 or 3 times. If I get too much manure in the bucket, I go wash it out so it doesn't corrode it too much, but you can see there's fuel spills on it, there's manure on the tires. It's a farm tractor. I use it here on the farm, and I use it for its intended purposes. So I don't baby this thing. I use it pretty hard. Now 379 hours, that's what, 54 hours a year. So I don't use it like my main tractor. A lot of people would say that's nothing, but I do use it every day for a few minutes for something. All right, so issues. What have I had for issues? Well, they told me to do this. I didn't do it, and then one day I just happened to look down and I saw a bunch of the bolts were missing off the loader frame, and I bought some bolts and fixed it pretty much. So I had to put helicoils in a couple of the holes, and it's solved the problem with some Loctite and everything else. So one of the things I should tell you with pretty much any tractor, and I don't know how many people do this, but I didn't. check the bolts on it like they told me to, and it cost me a couple bucks to fix it in a few hours. So to take the loader off, it wasn't terrible, but it could have all been prevented if I'd just done what they told me to do. This tractor is 100% built by Mitsubishi, and Mahindra and Mitsubishi are a lot the same company. Mahindra owns, I think, 30-something% of Mitsubishi. If you go back and look at some of the older Cub Cadets from the early 2000s, you'll see that there's a 7000 series tractor that looks exactly like this, and they didn't change a whole lot. Mitsubishi did make their own tractors, and they may still in Japan, I don't know. But I know that you've seen a lot of tractors with other brands' names on it and colors that were built by Mitsubishi, and Mahindra is one of them. So it's been a really good tractor. I've never had an issue with it as far as mechanics, and I hope I'm not cursing myself by saying this, but I haven't had anything wrong with it mechanically. There's a little filter that goes in here under the cap, and 2 times now when I've gone to fill it, it just kind of sprung and went into the fuel tank. And you'd think it wouldn't cause any issues, but sometimes it plugs just right and I can't fish it out. I've tried the second time. I got it out the first time. Second time I can't get it, and sometimes it plugs the inlet to the fuel pump, and it runs rough for a second and then it comes out of it. That's really an inconvenience, and I wish I could get it back out, but I hate that thing. I hated it. I've hated it since the first time, and the second time I saw it go in there, I was like, I can't believe this has happened again. And yeah, what you're seeing in there is cow manure. I will tell you that International Harvester Rust-Oleum Red is a perfect match for Mahindra. A few years ago, I did do the tops of the booms and the hood. It looks fine. I didn't paint over the decals or anything. Faded, and Mahindra has a real history, I think, of their tractors when they're in the sun too much. And this is undercover, but just being used outside, it faded pinkish a little bit in places. So I've painted it with IH red, and it seemed to solve the problem. It's really easy to service, really easy to get in there and take care of everything. I did take it to the dealership for its initial service, and I do all my own service on my tractors, but I feel like when you buy a brand new tractor and you spend $19,000 on something, I just wanted to take it back to the dealer the next year, and I have confidence in the dealership. So the Mahindra dealer has a certified diesel mechanic on board. He actually went to college to be a diesel mechanic, so they've got somebody who's qualified to work on tractors. So the first service, the 50-hour service, I brought it in, they did all the filters and changed it and took a look at everything. I think it was like $500 at the time. It just gave me a little bit of peace of mind having the dealer look at it, you know, just in case there was something from the factory that needed to be addressed and looked at, and it was nothing wrong with it. You know, another thing I really liked about these tractors too was the wide stance. This tractor sits out really wide. It's about 5 feet across, and a lot of the little tractors are so narrow, and my land is really hilly. That was one of the deciding factors too, was it had a good wide stance on it. You know, I'm not going to go over all the features with you because that's something all the new guys do. It has enough features. The seat's not too bad. It's as comfortable as my John Deere R Series. No, but I don't spend hours and hours in this tractor. I spend a few minutes. So all in all, this tractor is super handy. It's heavy. It'll pick up a lot of stuff. You'd be surprised how much you can pick up with it, and I've got bucket hooks on it. The one drawback about the loader, I think, is the bucket itself. It's a little chintzy. It's just sheet metal kind of folded over. You really want to have almost like a piece of iron welded to it. Lightweight bucket. It's a light materials bucket, and if you start using it pretty aggressively, you're going to find you're going to bend it a little bit, but it's a light duty tractor supposedly, so it's kind of a trade-off, but it's fine. Would I buy this tractor again? I feel like there's nothing wrong with it. I haven't had any issues with it, and I've had a Kubota, I've had a John Deere. My stepfather has a John Deere. It's a 2000 series John Deere, and it's just kind of narrower, and I feel like the Kubotas might be a little narrower and the tires might be a little smaller. I don't think the lift capacity is quite as much. I think it would just depend on who gave me the best deal at the time as far as what I would buy, whether it be a Mahindra or a John Deere Kubota. Like I said, it just depends on who's got the best deal, who I thought had the best reputation, and things like that. It's really not a color thing. It's not like I'm loyal to any color. I'm just whatever is paid for and does what I need to do. It's not broken. Those are the 3 things that I need to have for my tractors. What did I pay for this thing? Max 26 XLT hydrostatic with industrial tires loaded, $19,955 out the door. 4-foot tiller, is a Mahindra tiller, $26.38. The 54-inch snowblower, $29.10. Cytrex 5-foot rear mount finish mower, $21.85. And then I had my trade-in. So yeah, some people probably got a better deal. I probably could have got some better deals if I bought some stuff used, but that's what I paid, and I still have all of it except for the snowblower. I sold the snowblower because I was given a bigger one. So I still have all the other. I still have the tiller, which is, I don't have any issues with that. I still have the Cytrex finish mower, don't have any issues with that. And as far as the tractor goes, I don't really have any issues with that. So out the door, I was looking at like with a down payment about $21,000. So I feel like I got a pretty good deal on this tractor, to be honest with you. So I appreciate you watching another episode of Tommy's Tractors. I'll talk to you again soon, and I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you again soon.